Hi, everyone. I'm Tyler Guenette. I lead the Office of Student Life. I am subbing this week for Julie in Cooking with Colbath, sorry. So today we're going to make a quick and easy breakfast item for you. So we're going to make a mug muffin. So what you're going to do first is grab one of your favorite mugs that's microwave safe. This is mine. Then you're going to find your dry materials. So flour being one, sugar, and just a skosh of salt. So what we need is 1/3 cup of flour. Got a measuring cup here. Scoop 1/3 cup. So right up to the top, dump it on in. I didn't have it quite to the top, so I'm going to scoop just a little extra. Okay, and then our baking powder here. We just need a little bit. So this is 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to do 2 of these. So that's going to help the muffin rise in the mug. Pardon my cat. She doesn't know how to stay out of the filming. And we're also going to add just a touch of salt. So the recipe that I was looking at calls for 1/4 of a teaspoon. It's a little much for me, but I'll just play it by ear and put just a dash in. Okay, so from there, I'm going to grab a fork to mix up all those dry materials. But I forgot my sugar. You'll have basically a breakfast bread if you don't put sugar. So you can sweeten it to your taste. I'm going to do 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon, plus just a skosh more. The recipe called for 2, but that's a little much sugar for me. And then continue mixing that. This is a great recipe because I get tired of my normal oatmeal in the mornings, and this is still a pretty quick way to get a solid breakfast. You can sub the flour for ground up oats. Sometimes I'll do that. It's still very tasty. So you might even consider from the pantry grabbing one of those instant oats, grinding it up in a blender, and using that as your flour. Okay, so now I've got all my dry materials mixed. My cat in the way. Okay, so then we need to add some milk. So in terms of milk, we need 1/4 cup. That's a little cup like this. We'll fill it in here. This is what my cat wants. She's very vocal about it. So we dump that in there. I'm gonna give her a little bit so she stays out of the way for a minute. I'm gonna put the milk away so it's out of sight, out of mind for her. Okay, so we've got our milk in our mix, and I decided that I didn't want to use butter. I want to be a little healthier, right? So I've got some applesauce here, which we also have smaller applesauce packets in the pantry, almost always. And so you can sub applesauce for butter on a 1-to-1 ratio. And so the normal recipe for this calls for 2 tablespoons of melted butter. So you can use that 2 tablespoons of butter, or you can do like me and use our tablespoon for applesauce. So I'll use 2 tablespoons here, 1 and 2. Apparently giving the cat milk did not help. She is back. Okay, so after that butter, if you have vanilla at home, you can use it. It's kind of whatever. So we've got those items all in. The milk, the applesauce or butter, and vanilla as an option. You mix this until it starts to smooth. Again, I'm just using my fork because I got forks at home, nice and easy. Cat again. So we'll just keep on mixing. While we mix, I want to say congratulations to all of those who just graduated this past weekend and into this week. You all worked really hard and we're very proud of you. You've done amazing things in your time here at UM-Dearborn, and I can't wait to see all that you're going to do as alumni as well. Continue making that difference, Dearborn difference, and make sure to stay in touch with us at UM-Dearborn. Let us know what you're up to. Our Alumni Engagement Office always loves to stay in contact with our alum, find ways to connect you back to campus, and just continue connecting with your fellow Wolverines. All right, so we've got this mostly smoothed out, so you can kind of see it's a smooth consistency here, not too liquidy. I did this version with oats earlier, one of the instant oat packets, and it was a little bit more liquidy. So I'm using the normal flour at the moment, just for trying to get it just right for you all. The instant oatmeal packet tasted almost like oatmeal, but with a different texture because it was more muffin-like, but still really gooey. All right, so we've got that mixed. And I'm going to add some frozen blueberries, which we also often have in the pantry, or frozen fruit. So I'm going to grab those. Frozen blueberries here. Get the zipper open. Small handful. Pop them on in there. And I'll let them settle. And from there, we actually have just to pop it in the microwave. So again, mug. I'm going to turn this here so you can see a little bit. Microwave here. Pop this on in. You want to let it microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes. It'll vary by microwave. Earlier when I did it with oats, it was not quite cooked at 1.5 minutes, so I kept adding more time afterward. I'm going to do 2 minutes this time just to make sure that's good. So while that cooks again, I wanted to thank Julie for all of her hard work in the pantry this year, running this Cooking with Colbath show, and keeping you all up to date on different recipes that you can make using pantry staples. It's amazing the different things that you can cook up with what we've got available in the pantry. And we're also always open to suggestions. So if we don't have something that you'd like to see, let us know and we'll do our best to add that back, make it available for you. So for example, baking powder. If this is something that this mug muffin, if you really liked it and you want to try it at home, but you're not sure about baking powder, we can definitely try and get some in the pantry because at the moment we don't have any. We've never had requests for baking powder, baking products. So keep us updated. What is it that you want? What do you need out of the pantry? And we'll do our best to make it happen. Because we want to make sure that you're well nourished, as that is a key part of student success. If you're constantly thinking about what you're going to eat next and how you're going to eat next, it's going to make it harder for you to focus on your schoolwork. And again, my cat. Or not to focus on her, whether you're hungry or not. But yeah, so definitely let us know if there's things that we're missing and you really want to see it. We do have a pretty wide variety. We've got health supplies, so toothbrushes, toothpaste, soaps, shampoos, diapers even, toilet paper. And a huge variety of food options, a lot of snacks. The bookstore actually donated a plethora of snacks for us. So let us know if you're looking for some of those. They're sweet treats. We tend to just throw them in people's bags and hope you like them. But if there's something you particularly like, if we have it, we'd be happy to give it to you. So our muffin is done, we hope. Okay, so you see here, muffin. It's a little gooey, so I'm going to actually pop it back in for another 30 seconds. In hopes that that will finish it up. As my cue casually observes from the top of the fridge. So we've got 15 more seconds. Again, it's never a perfect science, and that's okay. If it's not done after the first minute and a half or 2 minutes that you've put it in, pop it back in, give it some more time. It'll still be good. Better to have it done than doughy. Okay, so popping it out. All right, that looks a bit better. I'm going to poke it with a fork just to see. Oh yeah, we seem done here. Well, I'll put it back in another 15 seconds. Again, not a perfect science. We want it to be done, so it's not like eating muffin dough mixed with cooked muffin. Cookie dough, on the other hand, I would love to eat that. Nice and gooey, but a muffin, not so much. All right, so here we are. If you want to add a little fun touch on top, you can toss in just a sprinkle of sugar right on top there. Give it a little extra sweetness. You could pop a couple fresh blueberries on top if you've got them handy. But so now it's done. We can see here, it's fully muffin-like. It's very hot, so don't burn your hand like I almost just did. You can see the smoke kind of billowing up, or the steam, and we'll give it a try. It's pretty solid. And maybe we should put a little more sugar. So maybe stick with that 2 tablespoons of sugar instead of a 1.5 tablespoons. But again, to your liking, you probably sub in honey or anything else like that. Maybe add a little peanut butter, but it's very good. Again, it's a quick way to have something a little different to mix up your morning. Once you get the hang of it, you can take maybe 5 minutes most. Cleanup might be the side story. And again, also it doesn't have to be perfect science. So I used all those measuring cups and things. So I just wanted to make sure that I had it right for you all to see. Normally I wouldn't be quite as precise, and I kind of throw stuff in and mix it together based on the ratios. So just experiment with it, get a feel for it, and have fun. Change up the blueberries, change it in, add in cinnamon or peanut butter, anything that sounds good. And it's a nice, unique breakfast. You can also make it with cake instead, which is also great. Yeah, thank you all for joining us. It's been a pleasure seeing you and ending the year off with you. As a quick plug, SOAC has a conflict management workshop on the 6th, so Thursday at 6 o'clock. Definitely feel free to join us. It'll be a great time. It's the final in our Empower Me series. And a great way to start the summer off is you might be transitioning into student org leadership positions or into any situation where maybe you're going to have a little bit of conflict and you just want to be better prepared to resolve that. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.